welcome back to Beauty Fortified. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Sue. I make hair care, skincare and makeup videos for the more mature woman. Today's tutorial is using the e.l.f. Bite Size Eyeshadow palette in the shade Pumpkin Pie. Now, I got my hands on a couple of these thanks to one of my subscribers, Robin, who pointed me in the direction of a website called betty.co.za, and they import a lot of makeup products that we don't get in South Africa. So I went onto the site, and much to my delight, they had 7 out of 8 of the colorways available. So I got a couple of the palettes, and I got the shade Truffles, which is quite a neutral kind of palette. And I also picked up the palette in Pumpkin Pie. And now these I've heard really good reviews about. They're really affordable in the States. They're about $3 a pop. Not so much here in South Africa, but nonetheless I was very excited to get my hands on them. So I thought I would do a look today in deference to Halloween using the Pumpkin Pie palette. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. So I've done my foundation. Today I've used a combination of the L'Oreal Infallible Freshwear and the MAC Face and Body. I've powdered down. I've used the Rimmel Stay Matte powder all over my face. And I've primed my lids with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus eyeshadow primer. This stuff sticks like glue. I use it when I'm using a foil or metallic shadow on my mobile lid because my lids are quite oily. So we're going to start first with the eyes, and this is the palette. So it's a very kind of bronzy, warm palette. It's got 2 mattes, that one, that one, and it's got 2 shimmers or metallics, that one, and that one, and they're quite similar, the shimmers. So I'll just swatch them for you, and you'll be able to see the color payoff. So I'm finding with the darker shade there's not a lot of color payoff there, but definitely some good color payoff with the metallics, and with the light kind of rusty brown there's definitely some good color payoff there. So hopefully you can see the swatches there. So starting off, I'm gonna go in with the kind of rusty matte shade, that one over there, and I'm gonna apply it all over the lid with a fluffy brush and just kind of take it into the crease, just to warm up the crease. And it really is a lovely warm shade. Really is very pretty on the lid. So I'm just going to take that all over up into the crease, and we're going to blend out all the harsh edges a little bit later. Then I'm going to go in with one of the metallic shades, and I have dampened my brush slightly. I'm using just a lid eyeshadow brush, and the metallic that I'm going to go in with is this one. I find it's a little bit more bronzy and less orange than the other metallic. So I'm going to put that all over the mobile lid, just in tapping kind of sweeping motions, a combination. And I find you can use this with your fingers as well. In fact, I'll do the other lid using my finger. And just by dampening the brush, it just helps a little bit with the color payoff. But it really is, it is lovely. I find that the metallics don't have a devastatingly long amount of wear time. I found that yesterday, even with a primer on the lid, by the 6 or 7 hour mark, they had kind of disappeared. But I guess that is a small price to pay for something that is such good value, by and large. The quality is quite good for what you're paying. So I've got that all over the lid. And I'm going to go back into the crease, and I'm going to be going in with the deeper kind of transition shade. And as I said, this really isn't the most pigmented of the lot. So you do have to build it up. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time building that up in the crease. So now that that's on, I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush and I'm just going to blend out the lid color, just so that it kind of fades away to nothing. And we can always deepen the crease a little bit later. I might use the MAC Embark. You can do that if you want something a little bit more defined. If you want the eye to be a little bit more defined, you can just go in with a slightly darker crease color. And then because these are quite muted shades, I do need a little bit more definition on the eye. So I'm going to be going in with the Essence eyeliner in Black Fever. This is the automatic pencil, and I use this in my tight line. It's really good, doesn't transfer onto the lower lid, and I just use that to create a little bit more definition. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of definition on the lower lid with a pencil. So I'm going to be going in, this is also an Essence, and this is in the color Teddy. Just going to put a light lining of that on the lower lid, just to give a little bit of definition. Then I'm going to go back into the lower lid, and I'm going to be using a pencil brush, and I'm just going to be using the matte, again, the darkest matte shade. And I'm just going to go in lightly with a pencil brush just to add a little bit more kind of smokiness under the eye. And this, because it's such a subdued color, it's actually a very nice one to use under the eye. It's not going to be too dark. There is a little bit of fallout with the foils actually. Looking at my lower lid now. So I'll have to just clean that up at the end. And then I'm going to define my brows. I'm going in with my Benefit Brow Pencil, and this is in shade number 3. And I'm just going to fill in all the gaps. And now I'm going to add a little bit of mascara. And I'm going in today with my L'Oreal Unlimited. Absolutely love this. It really gives a lot of va-va-voom to the upper lash line. So when you're wearing quite a kind of muted look like this, and you're looking for just a tad more definition, then this one is a great one to use. So now that the eyes are done, on to blush. And today I'm using one from MAC, and this is called Make You Mine. And it's a beautiful kind of salmon-y color. So I thought it would go quite nicely with the look, and it would also just brighten up the face a little bit because the eyeshadows are so muted. So I'm going in with my Smashbox blush brush. Just going to tap off the excess and just start the outer cheek. This is quite a pigmented blush, so I'm going quite carefully. And then I'm going to use a little bit of bronzer just to warm up the face slightly, and I'm going in with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And I'm just going to use this very lightly all over the face just to give a nice bronzy glow. Starting on the forehead and just brushing the bronzer across the temples. And then for lips, so I thought today that I would go with quite an autumnal look just because it's Halloween. And I'm going in with this one from Essence. It's from the range This Is Me. This is still available in store. And this is a beautiful, deep kind of reddy brown. But if you didn't want the look to be quite as autumnal, you could go in with a gloss. And here I'm using the Revlon Act Natural lip vinyl. But I quite like the drama of the Essence lipstick. And so guys, that is the finished look. Please let me know in the comments below if you've used any of the e.l.f. bite-sized eyeshadow palettes and what your thoughts are. I'd be interested to know. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Ciao, ciao.